Hi YouTube, it's Cassie. We don't get too many rainy days here in Arizona, but today happens to be one of them. However, it looks like it's gonna be holding off for an hour, so I ran out to run some errands. I just went to Safeway, which is kind of like our equivalent to like a Kroger. And to be honest, I don't know if it's the rain or what, but I kind of woke up in like a little bit of a funk today, and I honestly didn't want to film or like do anything at all, but I thought, you know what? There are so many creators out there who I feel like just show themselves like living it up or on their best days, and I don't want to be one of those people because we all have days where we just kind of feel blah or feel off a little bit. So I'm gonna do some things today that kind of make me feel a little bit better. So we're about to run into Trader Joe's really quick just to pick up some flowers because I know that always makes me feel good. And then I'm gonna run home and put on a layer of fake tan because I know that always makes me feel better too. I also just stopped at Safeway, which is a grocery store here in Arizona. It's kind of similar to like a Kroger or a Publix if you're familiar with those. Okay, hopefully you can see me. I have you balancing on my water bottle right now. I'm still working out the kinks with these YouTube angles, but these are the flowers that I put together this week. I initially wanted to do an all white and green arrangement for something like really elegant and like sophisticated. But when I walked in and I saw these super bright blue hydrangeas, I couldn't pass them up. I have never seen any this like deep and rich in color at Trader Joe's before. Normally they just have like the green ones and the white ones at my Trader Joe's, so I couldn't pass these up. I thought they were so pretty. Okay, so I get some questions on Instagram and TikTok sometimes about this vase. It's actually like 6 or 7 years old from Target. So it's definitely not in stock anymore, but they usually have something similar to this. I'm gonna show you my full fake tan routine. I think I should have just enough in this bottle to do one last fake tan. First thing I always do is shave and exfoliate. I did that this morning, and then I just hopped in the shower for a very quick body shower just to rinse off all of the lotion and oils on my skin so that I have a really nice fresh base. This is my favorite body wash, the Salt and Stone one. It smells so good. I love the neroli and basil, but my all-time favorite is the lily and yuzu. Once I shower, shave, exfoliate, get all of the oils off of my skin, then I like to completely dry off. I also don't normally fake tan my face. I just end up matching my makeup to the rest of my body when I'm fake tanned. And I'm gonna remove all of my jewelry except for these little bracelets that I just always keep on. They're so dainty that I just move them around as I'm like buffing in the fake tanner. But I prefer a mousse for fake tan, and I really like the Saint Tropez line. This is not sponsored by any means, but I've tried a few different brands and Saint Tropez is just really solid for me. I don't really love having like a smell or being able to smell that like fake tan smell, and I feel like this just works really well with my body's natural pH that I don't notice any sort of like funky smell. So my all-time favorite is this one. It's a 3-hour express from them, and it gets super dark, but it is a little warm in color, which sometimes I don't mind. I normally like to fake tan to kind of bring a little bit of like warmth and glow to my skin. But lately I've been trying this one. It's their Supreme Violet Bronzing Mousse, and this one you have to leave on for like 6 to 8 hours, I believe. It's not an express, so I do like it, but I do notice that it fades just a little bit more patchy than this one, which is why this one is still like my all-time favorite. But I do feel like I have cooler tones in my skin. I'm like a neutral cool, and so I do feel like the violet undertones are kind of like a little bit more natural on me, and I also feel like I get like super dark with this one. So we're gonna use this one today. I probably don't have time to leave it on for like a full 8 hours, but I think like 6 or 7 hours should still be enough to give me a nice glow and leave me feeling nice and glowy and fresh. A couple of other tools that I like to use for fake tanning. I got this brush off of Amazon for, I believe it was like $3 or $4. It was super cheap, nothing fancy, but you can even use like an old makeup brush if you have one just like laying around. I was using one of those for a really long time, but I just like to put a little bit of the mousse on and buff it into my hands and my feet, kind of like those areas where you have a lot of like crevices. It's just a lot easier to use the brush for those areas. And then obviously you need a little mitt, and I also have one of these back mitts so you can flip it around and use it to get your back if you're doing this by yourself. Sometimes I have Tyler help me, but then other times if I don't want to bother him, I'll just use this back mitt. And I also have a gradual tan lotion from Saint Tropez too, which I absolutely love as well. I just don't use it quite as often. I normally don't use this unless I'm in a pinch and I need something like a little bit of color, like somewhat quickly, or I just want to be able to sleep in it. I also really like this gradual self-tanning lotion. And I also apply this with a mitt as well, just so that I don't have to worry about like rinsing my hands. I just applied everything to my whole body. I'll show you like my legs in just a second, but I wanted to do my hands on camera together because I do them a little bit differently. I do normally have some dry patches on my hands, so I like to apply some lotion just as like a barrier in between the fake tan and those like rough patches to make sure that the fake tan doesn't stick to any of those rough patches. And I also don't want my hands to be as dark as the rest of my body either. I just feel like that looks a little crazy on me. And so the lotion helps the fake tan to absorb a little less, if that makes sense, or just absorb a little bit more gradually. So I'm gonna rub that lotion in really well, and my camera battery is about to die, so hopefully I can do this really quickly before it dies. I'm just gonna take a little bit of my fake tanner on my brush and just buff it into my hands really lightly, definitely starting in like the middle of my hand and then working my way towards the fingers. And I make sure to get all the little sides of my fingers, and I kind of get it in like the wrinkles of my knuckles as well. And then blend it down my wrist a little bit too. Finished applying all of the mousse. Here's what my legs look like. But I normally like to just wear a robe for the first like 45 minutes or an hour until it like fully dries and I don't feel sticky anymore. And then I'm definitely gonna change into some like loose sweatpants and just an old t-shirt to wear for the rest of the night while this all develops. Good morning, it's the next day and the sun is finally back out. It actually was rainy and gloomy this morning for our morning walk, but got the workout done, got our steps in, so we're feeling a lot better. I also made sure to get a really good breakfast this morning because I feel like that always makes a difference in like my energy levels and my mood throughout the day. So starting it off on a really good note, and I feel like my fake tan and my little like self-care day yesterday definitely made a difference because I'm feeling back to my usual self. This is the matching set that I wore this morning for my workout. I also had a little jacket on over top because like I said, it was kind of rainy, sprinkling this morning. But it's from Aritzia and I love them because they don't have that front center seam. I also love the Aritzia crew socks, but I heard that they have changed the fabric that they are using for them. So I'm a little disappointed to hear that. Hopefully it's just like a temporary thing because these are literally the best socks, but I'm not gonna recommend them again until I confirm for myself whether the fabric has changed. I'm about to start reading this new book, The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown. I'm not a huge like self-help book type of person, but I feel like I could probably learn a couple things from this book, and I've heard a lot of really good things, so I'm gonna give it a try. Then when I was at the gym this morning, I actually started listening to this audiobook by Abby Jimenez. It's called The Night We Met, and I'm only on like the second chapter, I think, but it's pretty good so far, and I could definitely use a little bit of a rom-com in the mix with this like self-help book. Oh, and this is also a better look at the fake tan results. I rinsed them off last night right before bed, so they were on for a total of like 5 hours, so not the full 8 hours, but it was still enough to give me this like nice little light glow. Hi everyone, happy Friday. Hopefully my camera isn't too dark right now. I think I should be okay. I'm in a parking garage right now and it was like slim pickings with parking options. I don't know if I said, it's Friday, I'm at the mall. I'm about to run into Sephora really quickly just because I need a couple of things. I was trying the Patrick Ta setting powder for under my eyes. I got the pink one because I really like the Laura Mercier pink one. It's like a color correcting one, but it's like really subtle and it just like brightens my under eyes so well. So I tried the Patrick Ta one this time, but I really did not like it. It ended up making my under eyes look really cakey, and then the pink color was like way too harsh. So but I do want to go pick up the Laura Mercier one, the one that I actually really like. So I need to get that, and then I also need to pick up some dry shampoo. I'm gonna try the K18 one because I've seen a lot of really cool things online about it. It looks like it's really lightweight, so I want to give that one a try, and it looked like they had a travel size in that one too. Let's give this dry shampoo a try. Says you only need 1 to 3 sprays per section, which I'm intrigued by because that doesn't seem like very much. I will say it does spray a lot out all at once, but it's a very fine mist, so that's probably why you don't need very much. I don't know if I'm supposed to let this dry or massage it in while it's wet. A good brush. I guess I didn't really show you up close what my hair looked like before. It wasn't crazy greasy, but it definitely could use a little something. That really actually did work really well, and it feels really lightweight. That's the thing I don't like about a lot of dry shampoos, is that like cakey feeling. I don't like feeling the residue sitting on my scalp or in my hair. And it definitely looks like I just washed my hair. I do feel just like a little bit of residue on my fingertips, but that's also probably just because I massaged it in. This is the one I'm using, by the way. I don't know if I showed it fully. And then this is the translucent powder from Laura Mercier that I was telling you guys about. I just got the travel size again because it honestly lasts me forever. I just use it underneath my eyes. I didn't use it today because I ran out, obviously. But they have a couple different pink powders. This is the one that I like. It's called the Rose Ultra Blur Tone Up. That's what it looks like. And it's not like super pink either. It just kind of has like a peachy tint to it. And then I also got suckered into this Kerastase overnight treatment, which I was already primed for the sale. It was not very hard to convince me on this one. I have been wanting to try this one. It's the 8-Hour Magic Night Serum from Kerastase. I've heard that it's like one of their most popular and most loved products, and it actually did feel really nice on my hand. And I think they had like one of the Kerastase specialists there because she seemed to know a lot about this brand. And so she convinced me to try this one. I asked her like if there's one item from Kerastase that's like a one size fits all, like one product for like a lot of different benefits, what would it be? And she immediately pointed to this one. So I'm gonna give it a try. So I'm gonna go touch up my makeup and probably change outfits for my dinner date tonight with Tyler.
Good morning, it's Saturday. I totally forgot to record anything from dinner last night, but it was so good. We're about to run to the farmer's market really quick because we have nothing else really to do today. This is what I'm wearing. Good morning. It's Easter Sunday. We just got back from church and I'm about to leave to go to brunch with a couple girlfriends, but this is what I wore to church. This dress is from Abercrombie, and then I really like that it has these removable straps up here at the top. Got this little cardigan from Aritzia, and I liked that it was navy because it kind of pulls out some of the other colors in this dress. And then my bag and my sandals are from J. Crew. So this was the Easter fit, but I'm probably gonna change really quick and touch up my makeup a little bit before I head to brunch. So I need to figure out what I'm gonna wear to brunch.
Need to leave in about 15 minutes. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna wear. And I just got a few new things from this brand called English Factory. I've never tried any of their things before, but they offered to send me a few things from their site, so I figured it was a good opportunity to try them out. And what I have to say I'm loving already about them is that they sent everything with a hanger and with this like bag on top, which I thought was like just a really nice extra detail. I feel like a lot of brands don't go above and beyond when it comes to like packaging and delivery, so I thought that was a really nice way to package things to keep everything clean. This is like a long maxi dress. I think I'm gonna save it for my little brother's college graduation, which is in about a month because of his college colors. I felt like it would be maybe a good option if the weather is right. And it's also like 90 degrees, so I want to wear something that's maybe a little bit shorter. So I think I'm gonna try on this blue kind of like embroidered dress. It has this really nice like embroidery or like stitching on it. High neckline, and then it kind of like ties around the neck in the back. All right, what do we think? Actually, I think this will be perfect once I get it tied. It was a little hard to get on. The like neck hole was just wide enough for me to get my head through it. Yeah, I think this is a nice little, oh, I don't know if you can see the whole thing. But yeah, I think this is a nice little dress for a 90-degree brunch. I don't know if I said, but we're going to Cooper's Hawk and we're gonna be sitting on the patio, but I have pretty oily skin, so I think I need to go just touch up a little bit, kind of like blot my T-zone. So I'm gonna run and do that really quick and probably just brush my hair and then head out the door. All right, about to head out the door. This is the final look. I just added some little bracelets. I have these, I have a tennis bracelet that Tyler got me on our wedding, and then these other two, well, the middle one is from Amazon and then the other one is from Anthropologie. I went with some little metallic lace-up sandals. This is what the dress looks like in full, and then it has that like tie in the back around the neck. And then this is exactly why I say that everybody needs at least one good straw or rattan bag, because it's the same one that I wore to church, but it just literally goes with every spring and summer outfit so well. So this is the final look and I'm out the door. Brunch was really great. Once again, I forgot to capture any videos of my food, but we're about to head to the pool really quick. It's like 2:30 right now, so perfect time to go to the pool. This is what I'm wearing. I love J. Crew swimsuits. Just some little white poplin shorts. And I'll put on some brown flip-flops before I head out the door. But I think this is a good spot to end the vlog. Thanks so much for spending a week with me here in Scottsdale. Let me know what you want to see from me next, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye!